364, dang, that was a really good wand. I still haven't leveled up. Fine. Extra little 600 yen, never hurt anybody. Crimson Greaves, is that better than whatever I currently have? Better than the inline skates? Yes, also we have cyber shoes. Where did these come from? Put that on. All right, and then Mitsuru, you take the Crimson Greaves. Greaves colored a dark red, it matches your hair. There you go. Akihiko has the inline skates, and Igus has perlet legs, which are really good, it seems. All right, cool. That was, I just, like, doubled Minako's dodge rate, or dodge rate, evasion, I'm pretty sure. Very nice. You love to see that. We'll put these wheels here. Weren't these things annoying?
It has multiple weaknesses.
It does have multiple weaknesses. It has power charge, which is scary, but it's also weak to, like, a stiff breeze. Idiot.
Keep it up. Well done.
Imagine being weak to wind. Could not be me. Unbelievable.
The enemy is down. Now's your
I've been
chance.
waiting for this.
I have been waiting for this. You're right, Akihiko. I think I speak for everyone in chat when I say that we've been waiting for this. Isn't that right, chat?
2 enemies left.
Excuse me, you're still alive?
Fire.
I was actually looking at a message on my phone. Oh, you're immune to that. I was actually looking at a message on my phone because I was like, oh, they're done.
There's 1 enemy left.
Hey, look out. Ow.
1 more to go.
All right, I have to hit you with ice because you're like immune to slash and pierce. I hate you.
Only 1 enemy left.
Is my move slash? My move is probably slash, right? Die. That was all according to my plan to get the shuffle time. Now, I will admit that the shuffle time just giving me the little cup thing was not part of my plan. But we take what we can get. Yo, it's backwards, nice. Hey, level 27 on Mitsuru. Spirit Drain, nice, nice. Tentarafu, eh. I have more of a respect for status ailment moves than I used to after playing Persona 5 Royal on hard mode. However, that being said, I still don't have much respect for status moves, especially not in Persona 3 and 4, because technical damage is like a new thing to 5, right?
All right, good job.
I summon you.
I love being able to do tech damage. Just doing status ailments is like, it's nice, but eh. I'd rather hit thing hard forehead. Well, I guess we're getting the level 4 cup here. Assuming I don't screw it up. There we go. I was ready for the comedic timing. We've definitely got enough relic fragments by now. Go talk to Theodore before we fight this mini-boss. Which I think the mini-boss is on the next floor, so I really need the game to give me a level up right here on Minako at least. Hey, burn to death?
Keep it up. I will follow.
No,
suit.
no you won't. I have just enough Aguilaos for this.
Good choice.
It is insane that even with the experience modifier turned up,
Keep it up.
it took like all of my SP and half of Mitsuru's and like a third of Akihiko's to get like what, a level up and a half, maybe 2 levels. And that's also because we fought that one red enemy that we got a lucky experience card on that made it worth like 1,200 experience instead of the usual like 600. It's just I guess it's a product of the era. This game is originally a well, I mean, this game is originally a PS Portable game, but also Persona 3 in general is like a, Well, you didn't say the thing about mini-bosses. Did I beat the mini-boss last time? I must have beaten the mini-boss last time by, like, the skin of my teeth or something. I thought that I still needed to beat it. But anyways, we got some extra level up, so now we can proceed to the next floors. We should hopefully be good level-wise now, because we got a level up and we're almost at the next level, I think. I thought we still had the mini-boss to go. That's my bad. Should have double-checked the end of last stream. All right, let's try and get to the end of this Tartarus block, because I don't want to have to go back to Tartarus in this deadline if I can help it. But anyways, just a product of, like, the old, like, PS2 JRPG era, where it's like, hey, dude, when someone purchases, a PS2 game, we need them to be able to play the game for, at minimum, like 80 hours. So just make it where they have to, like, grind a lot. The enemies around there seem different now. Please keep your guard up. It's just a very annoying trick, I guess you could call it, in older games, where it was like, hey, we need the player to like have more playtime. How do we up our playtime without, you know, having to actually make more game, because that was a lot more difficult to do back in the day.
Let's go.
I don't know, dude. What if we like make it where, so you know how like we balance the level system to where they don't have to like level grind very much? Yeah, of course. All right, let's like dial that back. Like make it where they have to do an extra 15 fights per level that they would need. So that way they just have to do an extra 15 repetitive battles to level up. And then multiply that by like 6. Well, lads, I think we're taking the sword card here. Short bow. I feel like today's games do that too, especially if they're open world. Do you really? That's interesting. Do you have an example? Like, what game do you feel like that with? I feel like today's games, especially with more difficulty settings, because the first thing that comes to my mind is Tales of. Tales of has like easy, normal, moderate, and hard. And normal is usually pretty easy, but moderate is a very nice difficulty setting. And so you can kind of avoid the need for grind by just getting the right difficulty setting for you. And then also I just think overall it's set up pretty well in most games I play that are like newer age. Like Persona 5, you don't need to grind in Persona 5. Maybe if you're playing on hard mode you might have to grind here or there, but like you're playing on hard mode. And Persona 5 gives you a great way of grinding with Ryuji's insta-kill, so it's way easier to do that and way quicker. With like Ryuji's skill and also Mementos. And even then, Persona 5 has a good level curve that shouldn't ever really be necessary. I mean, I don't think I ever had to level grind in my most recent Persona 5 playthrough, and I was playing on the hardest difficulty. The only time I grinded was at the very end to get from like level 92 to 99. Because I wanted to be at 99 for the final fight. And I probably didn't even need to do that. It was just something I chose to do. I don't think I've ever faced these enemies before. They're weak to pierce. Interesting. Get spread shotted, idiot.
Spread shot. Good work. Fire.
Yeah, vanilla Persona 5, you could, if you really wanted to, like, get to super high levels, you could farm the Reaper with sick days or whatever, since Ryuji's insta-kill wasn't good in the original Persona 5. But I don't know, I'm just curious what game you played recently that would make you think that, whoops, I thought this would be the spinning one. Was this the experience? Yep, I'm a genius. I glanced away for just a second. Because, I mean, like, I feel like, if anything, most open world games that I play, they either go one of two ways, and there are two specific games I have in mind when I think of this. I'm thinking of Horizon Zero Dawn and also Horizon Forbidden West, and then I'm thinking of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, as an open world game, has like a really weird level curve in that the game is super difficult at the start, but then after you've played for about 10 hours and you learn how to beat a Lionel, the game is like pitifully easy. It's like a little baby game. It's not difficult in the slightest. And I don't like that. That was one of my biggest complaints about Breath of the Wild, which is a good game, don't get me wrong. Breath of the Wild is a good game. I'm looking forward to playing Tears of the Kingdom when it comes out in like May? Is it May it comes out? Something like that? But that was one of my biggest complaints with Breath of the Wild as an open world game. The other option for an open world game is that when it comes to like leveling and needing to grinding and whatnot, is how Horizon does it. And I think God of War does it similarly, even though God of War isn't quite as open world as Horizon or Breath of the Wild. But in Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West, your level gives you more skills, like more abilities to use, and it ups your HP. But that's really it. Everything else comes down to armor, which you can upgrade and get better armor as you go and all that. And I feel like, as a result, you can really do, like, any part of Horizon. Like, it's not that the game is easy, it's that the game becomes more you can make more mistakes, the better armor and the more skills you have to be able to do more unique things. But it doesn't really matter if you're level 40 or level 20 in Horizon. You'll be able to do whatever you're doing as long as you have decent equipment. And the game's equipment is based on where you are in the game, not on, like, defeating so many enemies or, well, defeating enemies in the case of getting upgrades, obviously, but more so where you are in the game and how far you've gotten. So your level in a game like Horizon, and kind of similar in God of War, because God of War's levels are mostly based off of it's entirely based off of your armor, isn't it? It doesn't even have to do with, like, an experience system? I can't remember off the top of my head. But, like, that's how I see most games do it nowadays, and I think that's pretty good. I didn't have to do any kind of... I had to grind out some drops in Horizon if I wanted to upgrade specific armor, but that was, like, the fun part of Horizon, was fighting unique big machines that you needed material drops from, and having to figure out how to get those exact drops by hitting certain parts of the monster, so, you know. But, I don't sense anything powerful near you. It might be a while before you have to face a dangerous enemy. How nice. But yeah, like, is it like impossible for modern games to... The enemies are getting tougher. Are you okay? Please don't push yourself too hard. Stop interrupting me, Fuka. Do you really have to give me, like, one little worthless piece of dialogue every floor? It's definitely possible for games nowadays to have bad level scaling and require you to grind, and maybe even developers do that in a bid to get you to play the game more. But I feel like it's a lot more few and far between, whereas a large chunk of JRPGs especially, but just games in general, back in like the mid-2000s, like the PS2 era, were kind of like, hey dude, we want to give you a game that you can play for like... We made a game that has a playtime of like 30 hours, but we know that you'll want a game that has a playtime of like 50 hours. So I misclicked again. So we added an extra, like we messed up the level scaling to where you have to grind out like an extra 20 hours of just random fights to be able to proceed the game. I sense a strong presence. It's still far away, but I thought I'd let you know. Which, for some people, I know there are some people who enjoy the grind, especially if it's a fun game. I enjoy grinding a lot more. That's not how I should word this. I don't mind grinding as much if it's in, like, a real-time action game, like Kingdom Hearts, for instance, and whatnot, or like a Tales of game, which I think Kingdom Hearts and Tales of have really good level scaling, so... Usually they have pretty good level scaling, so that's rarely an issue. But, I need to kill you before Aigis' turn if I can. But, especially in turn-based games, which I feel like turn-based games is where it happens the worst a lot of the time, stuff like Persona and whatnot, where it's just like, when you have to do an extra, especially in Persona, where you have, like, time-based stuff like the calendar system and all, it just gets really annoying having to do a bunch of repetitive turn-based fights to level up more, to be able to proceed the game. Yo, just get a crit. Alright, that's like the exact opposite of a crit. Get a crit. Close. Close, but not quite.
The enemy.
That's the last one.
Hey, goodbye. Definitely could have done that fight a little bit better, but I was focused on what I was talking about. I love how Aigis does the little, like, motions with her hands whenever she finishes a fight. This is adorable. Drains foes SP. I can read. There you go. Up we go. How's your stamina? Just don't overdo it, okay? Let's go. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. We don't get all the way up to floor 100 here, do we? Surely I don't have 23 more floors to go. I hate this enemy. Just no good option to be hitting them with. Hope I get at least one insta-kill. I'll take two.
That's the last one.
Only one enemy left.
Get punched.
Finish it off.
Fire.
Get pierced. Goodbye.
Efficiently executed.
Efficiently indeed. We relied on RNG and got lucky. One of my favorite game mechanics. Die. Well, 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 if it isn't a bunch of sneaky snacks. Mitsuru, if you wouldn't mind just eliminating them all. Excuse me, you missed one? Mitsuru, what are you doing? How could you? Persona 3 accuracy curse strikes again.
The enemy's down. Let's finish. You'll fall by my hand.
Later, loser. Bum, bum. Deaded. Do I want the money here, or do I want the sword thing, actually? The sword thing will just give me the Junpei weapon again, won't it? Also, wait a minute, I don't think I have that persona yet. Takamina Kuchi or whatever it's called? Takamina Kata, that's it. Alright, well. Whether I had him or not, we definitely do now. I definitely didn't have him on me. We might have fused him before in the compendium, I don't remember. But now we've definitely got him registered. Have I encountered these killer twins until now? Please just get rid of one tower. I do love the floor animation. Alright, yep. This is why you should never rely on insta-kill, but I didn't really have a better option. I guess I could have seen if the twin dudes were weak to fire. Probably would have been worth my time. They're not weak to ice. They're weak to fire. Alright, you know what? That's what I get. They're using Mind Charge. I'm scared. Get countered, idiot. Yakihiko, kill that one. My boy got a crit. Let's go.
Nice, Akihiko.
Finish it off.
Oh, I do not like this. Alright, I didn't do much, actually. Minako being poisoned is very not ideal.jpg. Get Swift struck. Please hit the tower. Okay, thank you.
That's the last one.
Goodbye. I was wondering if I would still take poison damage there or not. Honestly, fair. Give me that experience card. I need it. Fire Emblem Engage accuracy has been annoying me throughout my playthrough. Welcome to Fire Emblem. Ain't that the truth? Probably could have just used a Dia there, but whatever. The strong presence is a little closer now, but still fairly far away. It's best to be ready for anything. It was floor 72 where we fought the last one. How many floors are there in Tartarus? There are like 200, right? I do not recall from my FES playthrough. I just remember it being a much larger number than I expected.
I summon you.
Burn. Not weak to fire, duly noted. Weak to ice, let's go!
Let's finish this. You'll fall by my
Enemy has 5% accuracy, but hits anyway. I feel that so much. Yep. I love heavy RNG mechanics in my video games. Fine. 3 enemies killed, only double-digit experience. Bad sign. Hello there, gold chest.
There are 2 enemies. Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why. I felt really confident that I would get a crit there. I don't know why I felt that way, but I did. Also, speaking of accuracy.
Such persistence.
The enemy's weakness.
Weak to lightning, you say? Don't slash my robot. You leave my robot out of this.
Last one. Don't let your guard.
All right, I know that our accuracy is down and we haven't missed despite that. Akihiko, please. Don't mess this up. Thank you.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh, yes, the classic 3% crit. Love to see it. Dead. Shuffle time. I don't think I've had High Pixie yet. Not that I can recall. Reverse nice, let's go. Whoops. Homunculus, okay. I mean, nice to have for those stupid insta-kills.